welcome to everyone on the live stream. My name is Justin Wagner. This is TeamODZ Live, and we've got the ODivaZ ride this morning on Santa Sequoias. We got Ufer on the team bus, and we got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go till we start the ride. Hang out here in the pen, checking out our sweet pink kits, and that's the only reason we really come, because they allow us to wear the pink kit, because we can't wear it otherwise. Thanks, Swift. Yeah, happy to have you guys here. Say hi in the comments. I can't talk. Comments, whatever. Should be a good one. Nice and chill, relax. We stay about, it says 2.2 to 2.3 watts per kilogram. What's up, Andy Lawton? Good to have you on the stream. Happy to fill in for you today.
We need to put Don on the leaders list because he's always here. Oh, there is Cerise.
Aha! We've got a leader. And Boyko's in Discord with us. Probably in the ride. Let's see. Yep. Oh, we got chatbot Don here today. There we go. Sharice sporting the real ODivaZ kit for us there. Hola, divas. Good one. Oh, Tiffany just stole your beacon. Or was it Tiffany with the beacon the whole time?
Yes, Tiffany the whole time. She's leading today.
I just saw you join Discord, and the same time the yellow beacon came in. I never looked at the name,
funny.
and I just assumed it was you. And then I finally was like, wait, it's Tiffany. That's what you get for assuming.
Finally riding together.
Oh yeah, I wonder if Don's still in Florida. No blood ride. Oh. Good morning, Ben. Glad to have you on the stream. How are the dogs doing this morning? I think I remember correctly, the one had a puppy and an older dog. So doing great. Off to my allotment shortly. Just waiting for a phone call. I'm still waiting for my allotment of sanity. Hasn't arrived yet. Oh, Mama Bear says to other Mama Bear, slow her down now. As
I've only been doing 3.0. I'm trying to catch.
Yeah. I see that. It's a... fresh veggies all year round. Okay, that's what he's waiting for. Nice. He has some services here in the States that will like deliver fresh veggies to your door on a regular basis. I think I've seen. I don't subscribe to one, but I've seen plenty of them. Welcome to the stream. I was trolling the chat, missed the name of whoever just joined us. So glad to have you. Ooh. New crank set. Remember, then you're having some slipping issues. Boyko, did you get your Discord figured out? I see you're back in here. Haven't heard a word out of you. There he goes.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I just got it figured out. My headset wasn't connecting. Found it in and out. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic.
Food.
You were away for a week, Justin?
I was, yeah. Oh!
Now where'd you go?
Hey, who just... That's it. You can't just release a sprint. Who is that? Who's in trouble? DeBaird? You punk. Okay. I'll tell you about the vacation after this sprint. Of course we're going to use my... No, we're not going to use my aero helmet, just sprint. There you go. 13:45, I'll take that. Yeah, what's up, Tom? Terrific Turbo Thomas. We were on a road trip visiting family up in Washington and some friends and cousins near the Boise area. So my wife had went ahead with the kids like a week and a half before me, hopping friends and relatives' houses, stay as long as they can handle our kids and move on to the next one when they get sick of them. Not true, but probably somewhat true.
So how many addresses did you visit over a week?
Let's see. My wife visited someone in Boise, and her parents in Moses Lake, then to a friend in Wenatchee, then my sister's in Spokane, and another house in Spokane, and then back to her parents in Moses Lake, and to another friend in Mountain Home, and then back home. So 7.
Wow.
I was only gone for a week. She was gone for like 2.5. I flew midway, caught him, and then joined him, and then joined the drive back and half the visits. the car was so disgusting afterwards. Just, I mean, kids have been living in it for like 3 weeks. And so like, we get home, like pulling out all the car seats, getting like a shovel, shoveling stuff out. I finally got like all the objects bigger than like this out of there. Took it down to the local car wash, and their interior detail service was an extra $11 on top of the exterior car wash. Thank you very much. I'll take that.
Wow.
Sat back, watched 4 or 5 guys work on my car for like 20 minutes to clean it. Oh, this is nice.
Excellent.
2 of them were some young men from our church. And I talked to them afterwards like, oh, we get that all the time. You're not the only one that's figured that out. Hey, 24th day step. Well, nice job, Ben. Ooh, Match has got a question. This should be interesting. DeBaird. Oh dear. Here we go. I might have an interesting answer for your interesting question. This can go so many ways. Yes, it can, DeBaird. Yes, it can, DeBaird. Maybe he just said he had an interesting question, and then he's not going to say anything. Oh, wait, here he goes. Ha ha! How do I make a boring Zwift race into an interesting edited YouTube video? Because the view is static. Maybe.
I think you want to use the view option 0 so you can pan around and in and out. Is that what he means?
Are you talking about a race that's already been recorded and you have the content and you want to edit it? I think that's what he's talking about. Or are you talking about being the domestique or the DS and choosing how you already recorded? See, I think if it's boring, in order to make it interesting, you just put it in your trash bin and don't publish it. That would be interesting. And make sure to empty the recycle bin afterwards. Oh, there you go, DeBaird. Add graphs, point out events in the race, like when riders go for a breakaway. There you go, yeah. You could talk through how the race played out.
You can talk about anything. I mean, you have these 7 hours Tour de France transmissions over here.
Yeah, just start talking about some of the...
There's nothing to do about cycling what they talk about, and it's never boring.
There you go. So you go, and the over here on the right, we've got the 56th incarnation in this kilometer of these green plants that are placed randomly by Zwift. Started growing around 2015 in this area of the virtual world. Brought to you by programmer number 476, who has since moved on for a better paying job because he couldn't deal with the corporate structure. I mean, that kind of talk.
I mean, bicycle races are inherently boring. You ride from A to B, and the guy who's first, he wins. That's any cycling race. So you've seen it all before.
Have I found the Roadrunner yet? I think I've seen the Roadrunner. So there you go. Just wait for the Roadrunner in the video and just talk about that, Matcha. What's up, Chris? Good to have you in Discord. DeBaird. I love how Matcha asked an open question but already has half the answer. I've never noticed that, DeBaird. What are you talking about? Yeah, we should set a rule. Next time Matcha asks an answer, he has to take whatever response is first given. That would be dangerous. He would no longer ask any questions.
I have to say, it was a lot quieter last week.
Translation? Man, Justin is talking his
Nothing.
face off.
No, not at all. Welcome back.
When I was, I think I was like in 4th grade or so. Hey, Paul, what's up? Welcome to stream. This is a true story. It's not a lead up to a joke. Just in case you were worrying. My parents noticed that I talked a lot, and one of my younger brothers talked a lot. So they're like, we're gonna put them in the same room, give them a dose of their own medicine. So of course they tell us to go in the same room, and I don't know how long. Oh geez, getting trolled by Tiffany. Don't ever stop talking. Okay, so they put us in the same room, and I don't know how long it was after we both were in the same room. They claim it was hours, less than a day. And I come running out of the room. That kid will never shut up! What is going on? I need a different room. My parents, said something like, oh, I don't know. And like I left the room and they like high-five each other. Eat it, kid!
Nice.
Actually, it is 5:30 in the morning for me. I think, Sharice, you're one time zone ahead of us?
Yep.
So 6:30. Anufer, it's like 6:30 at night in the Netherlands. No.
No, not really. 1:30 in the afternoon.
There you go.
Comfortable time.
Hey, Nick. Welcome, welcome. So you are 1 hour ahead of the UK, Ufer? Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. We shouldn't be really, but it's a Central European thing, something with trains or something. But I mean, our natural time zone would be UK.
DeBaird says, For him, it's now here. That is very descriptive. Thank you, DeBaird. We'll leave the translation as an exercise to the students. British summertime here, BST. That's where Ben's in the UK.
Well, summertime is a little bit of a stretching it, I would say.
Nick, it can't be now there, DeBaird, because it's now here, and that would make your hour behind you an hour behind now. Whoa! Hello!
Nothing there that conflicts with general relativity.
Nick's still getting snow. We're actually scheduled to get some snow this week as well. Hopefully it's
snow Monday here.
Hopefully it's melted before the race on Saturday. I actually have to pick a different driving route to get to the race than what Google Maps would tell me because the road is still snowed in. Take a different
Where's
route.
it at?
East Canyon.
Okay.
So I would normally go over Big Mountain to get there, or over through Jeremy Ranch Road, but both are very questionable. One's not an option at all. The other one's very questionable.
Why don't you just bring a shovel?
Yeah.
Did you work out before your warm up?
We need to clear that big mountain pass anyway.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Well,
Give me a couple
There you
months. It'll be done. It'll look just like the sun melted it. DeBaird's come back on the now debacle. Now is just now. Your perception of now is just like your cycling. Slow. Getting feisty in the chat.
I mean, that might be the way to make the race interesting. Get your chat commentaries to fight amongst each other. That's one way.
Nick says, however, I'm not slow at making a sarnie, so I'll be back. A sarnie like a sandwich? Must be a sardine sandwich. That's what a sarnie is.
Esta canción te la dedico a ti, la que siempre está junto a mí. En las buenas y las malas, siempre bella y fiel eres tú. Desde el momento en que te conocí, sentí algo que nunca antes sentí. Contigo lo tengo todo, reina de mi castillo eres tú. Yeah. Me levantaste cuando estaba en el suelo.
Wacky Attack, good to have you.
Bebé, tú eres la mujer maravilla. Prometo ser tu Superman por toda tu vida. Tu sonrisa me inspira.
DeBaird, you can't respond with afternoon if your previous response was now. You just have to welcome Wacky Attack with now. can't use afternoon because that would tell us when now is for you. Good now. Perfect.
Quiero protegerte, ser tu escudo. Quiero regalarte las estrellas. Quiero hacerte feliz, te lo juro. Quiero amanecer junto a ti hasta que yo me muera. Contigo todo es más divertido. Se van las horas sin darme cuenta. Eres como el aire que respiro. Dueña de mi corazón, la que todo lo cambió. Una flor en el desierto y como lluvia bajo el sol. Dueña de mi corazón.
Well, you could use square brackets and just say insert time of day or something. European Union does that. All official communication from the European Union has to be in 15 official languages. So to save money, they have this square bracket saying politeness phrase. And then you just insert your own politeness phrase and then everything is good.
Oh my gosh.
En las buenas y las malas, siempre bella y fiel eres tú. Desde el momento en que te conocí.
Good after now, says Andy Lawton.
Contigo lo tengo todo, reina de mi castillo eres tú.
So he must be late. He's later than DeBaird. If it's good after now, it's not good before now. So. It's not a race, says Cherise. So, Cherise,
Yeah.
you sign up for ODivaZ? No.
It hasn't closed yet, though.
Yeah, yep. Is tomorrow last day or today?
Today. I really don't want to. Eric is working hard. Yes, she has.
Aha. Figured she would have. Good now could be after now if it's nearly mid now. Oh, Sam, my head's spinning. Woo! She probably was like 5 seconds after she got the email. Welcome, Sean.
I think that's a safe assumption that it's not bad.
Technically, it's the longest single day USAC race. I won't correct Tiffany. Welcome, Mood. Glad to have you. Then to bring it back now. You got the beacon pretty far out there. Sarnie update from Nick. Salami and tomato. Wait, tomato or tomato? Which is it?
Uh-oh.
Wait, why are we talking about tomatoes? I missed it.
Nick says an update on his Sarnie, translation sandwich. It's salami and tomato. I said,
Got
is it
it.
tomato or tomato? Hey, what's up, Michael Bradley? His daughter Paige says, good job. I think referring to the us here. Kelly Reese, Oofer. Well, you say tomato and I say tomato, so take your pick. But you wrote tomato twice, Nick. So. Maybe it's a good job on Nick's sarnie making skills. That depends. If it's tomato, then I think it was a good job. If it was tomato, it might not have gotten the good job for the sandwich.
Tomato, it would have to be important.
Hey guys,
What's up,
not much. You?
Tiff? Oh, just harassing Cherise, trying to get her to sign up for ODivaZ.
We're just listening to Justin.
What else would we be doing in Discord?
It's either dad jokes or trying to get someone to join ODivaZ, one of the two, right?
Hey, you know, sometimes you just gotta take what you can get because it's not the alternative.
Has there been some finer cooking involved today?
Yes, we've been discussing the salami and tomato or tomato sandwich that Nick is making while he's watching us.
Ew.
Ew. Not a fan of salami or not a fan of tomato?
No.
More of a fan of tomato?
I'll take the tomato and hold the fatty meat. That's gross.
Okay, so she said tomato. So that's what we're going with.
That was a gift.
The gift.
Good you're leading, Tiff. I just had a power drop.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Have you been having those lately? Or is it?
Kind of hit and miss. I did have one on my last ride.
Dang.
Tom says, I only like hills with one L.
Oh, that's getting creepy.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Tom. That's funny. I was confused for a little bit.
I get talking and then I get going above pace. Either that or I text and I go above pace. It's hard to stay.
Wait, was there any scenario in which you described you not being over pace?
Well, I take some liberties.
I take some liberties.
I definitely don't mind going up to 2.5 because we say the pace is 2.2 to 2.5, but on the hills, everyone goes over. So I'm like, whatever. Even in the flats, I don't mind sneaking up just a little, but keeping it under 2.5 or under. Because I'm lighter, a lot of people will have to do like 2.0 to stay with me. 1.9.
-3.
Hard braking. Press letter A.
Ooh. Dawn, can I add you on Strava? It's like asking him out.
Someone's trainer's going, pew, 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 pew. Sounds like a video game.
Oh, maybe mine, sorry.
Might be Space Invaders or something. Some 80s video game.
It's low enough that I don't hear it over my music. Did Shane pull you back?
Yeah,
Ah.
part of it. Ooh, that was an interval.
Here we are, talking to Charisse, getting her to answer all these questions, and she's like,
Oops.
Oh, seriously, another one?
wrong time to try to
Uh-oh.
convince her to, you got another one? Oh my gosh. Look what you did, Shane.
So annoying.
Goes woo. Ooh, only with the truck power up though.
It's pretty good on this one because it's so long.
You have to be behind people for it to help you. Once you get ahead of them,
Truly.
well,
Yeah, but it's actually perfectly with all the flyers.
yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go. Usually a good number of them were so strung out right here. You usually have a pretty good draft if you stay in the back.
29.89. Yikes.
Did you get the jersey?
Yep. Just a baby move. Oh, whoa. Your English is so intriguing. What's up, Philip?
Streets, are you off the back again?
Yeah. I'm just riding now.
Say forget it.
I'm almost 45 seconds back.
Oh, dang. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a few odd bikes back there.
Ooh, Matt Johnson's in this ride?
Really?
Really?
Wow.
What?
You said
Is P-
front ease and wait for bacon, and I said I'm still waiting for my bacon.
I said beacon, but beacon bacon, it's all good.
I twisted it.
Dom's always so good to review the weekly ODivaZ rides.
A weird uncle is leading ride until Michelle returns. ODivaZ on Mondays. Am I a leg waxer or shaver? Asks Ben. Shaver. How about you, Ooper? Shave or wax?
I leave it.
Oh.
Leave
Yeah.
it natural, is that what you're saying? Ian?
That's what Shree says too. She just leaves it all natural.
Yeah, all natural.
It's cold over here. I don't want to freeze.
What did Woo say to Matt?
Good
Pretty
morning,
soon.
everybody.
Good morning, Patty. Pretty
Hey,
soon,
Wagz.
Don's gonna be leading the
Good morning.
ODivaZ retirees ride, where you have to show your retiree card to get in.
That sounds interesting.
Oofer's like, sign me up!
Finally, some innovation on the ODivaZ maybe.
Patty.
Hey, everybody.
Good to
Hi.
see
Good to hear
you.
you.
Dang it, it is! I can't type today. Hey, it's good to not see your back, Patty.
It's been a few weeks now. You should be used to it by now.
No, I reuse the
haven't
same
removed the
jokes
towel
over and
yet.
over. Yeah, please keep the towel there.
It's going to be the next step.
We've got ladies on Discord today.
She knows me.
Oh.
Hey, Patty, I have a question for you.
Yeah, tell me.
My son-in-law is accepted to grad school
Oh, nice.
in Georgetown and at American University in DC. And he has to
Nice.
decide by Thursday. Georgetown is more expensive, but is the name worth it for Georgetown?
And can he lodge with you?
What's that?
Can he
Did you
lodge
hear
with
it?
Patty?
Can you stay with Patty?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, totally.
No, I mean, I did a semester at American University in economics a few years ago. Both are very good universities. Which course is he taking, you saying? What is he going for?
It's a specialty in international relations. I think it might be conflict negotiation. I'm not sure which.
I don't want to be the one making the decision. I mean, these are both
No,
top
I mean,
universities. Then
yeah,
he's going to come
they're-
after me and the whole family with him, you know?
They're going to stick you with the student loans afterwards, Patty.
Yeah. They're just trying to get some opinions. I mean,
Yeah.
they feel like the Georgetown name is better known, but it's $50,000 more.
If the
he has a
name means
scholarship at
anything,
American.
it's just to get you an interview.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think it would necessarily make the education that much better, but if it gets you an interview at the right place, so I would say if you can research at all how big like recruiting fairs are between the two different universities, because for me, I did end up going to like a quote unquote big name that was crazy expensive, but had it paid for when I started and then not, and they had a lot of recruiting and it made it worth it because I know I got some interviews I wouldn't have otherwise. But
What was that?
sure.
Yeah, it could make a difference in interviews. Also,
But,
just who you meet, it's just kind of two roads diverged kind of thing.
Right.
Hard to know which one to take.
I think he could.
Andy.
I think he could
Sorry.
proactively network in both situations and get the interviews he wants just as well as he gets from a recruiting fair from them too. So if it means going $50,000 less in debt, I'll take that option.
Yeah, it's a huge.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're students and starting out, that's a big number.
Yeah.
And that's just the difference, of course.
Yeah. But he hasn't visited any of the campuses, has he?
And unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
That can make a big difference. How well
They've done.
you fit
they've
into
done
the program.
virtual. They've done virtual meetings, but I don't know what you can tell from that. So it's partly a pandemic thing.
Nick says I should go for a course on conflict negotiation to deal with everyone after my jokes.
Or the people who ride with you need that, I guess.
I think that's called defensive self-defense. That's the class I need, Nick, to protect myself after the dad jokes. Nick, $50,000. Wow, think of the bikes he could buy with the savings.
Right?
Well, don't get us started on why college is so freaking expensive. Part of it is the government just loans it, no questions asked.
Yeah. I'm just jumping in the middle of this. This is after university, or is this university?
He's
Like this master's or this
master's
what level is this?
program.
Yeah,
for,
master's.
Tiffany's nephew.
Yeah.
He's accepted at American University in DC and Georgetown. And he feels like Georgetown is probably a bigger name, but it's $50,000 more.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's for the 2 years or if that's per year. Let's check.
Same degree coming out of both, right?
I think they're the same or virtually the same.
Can he get an internship at a company that hires people like this that would potentially give him some funding to do grad school with an agreement to go work for them afterwards?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I'm listening to a Dave Ramsey. Like
it's serious.
Just wait. No, he's right. For master's programs, if you can come out with the same degree and the same sort of jobs, I could have gone to optometry school to anyone. None of my employers care. Just that I went, not that where I went.
Where you went?
But I know
feel
it might
like
be different for that.
I was in accounting and I feel like it was more like grades, we were vying for what was then Big Six accounting jobs. And it was more like rank in class and grades. If you're coming from a respectable university. It was more like who you are, how you were in an interview.
I mean, you might not
skills.
respect a degree from Mama's University in the basement.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you probably wouldn't get an interview with that one, but
Is there a accreditation board for this degree field? And is there a difference in if it's an accredited degree or not?
good question, but I doubt it. Like Patty said, they're both respected universities, and I think there would not be a problem there.
Yeah. I mean, because if a university just hasn't offered the degree for long, they may not have reached the point where they're accredited. Would I, as a employer,
one might be seen as more
care if one's
substantial
accredited or not? As long as the kid does well in an interview, I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah, when I went to work for Nike from Price Waterhouse, it didn't even matter that I was a CPA. I mean, they knew I had it, but I didn't really need it once at Nike.
Yeah. So really,
they didn't care if I kept it.
That's kind of what I was saying. Like, the only difference I could see it making is potentially getting you an opportunity at some interviews that you might not from the other school. Like, that's the only difference I would think that. And can you even know how different that is? No, because you don't know what graduates of which universities work where and still have ties to the university and still come back and recruit. That's what comes back down to.
It'd be hard to be able to talk to someone who could compare both programs because people choose one or the other.
You would look for people who are employed that have graduated from one or the other and talk to them about their experiences and compare.
Yeah, true.
Don't wanna get dizzy, but we better get busy. I don't want you to worry, but we kinda gotta hurry.
I did my undergrad at a regional state school, and then my graduate at one of the top 5 in the nation in my field. And there was a massive difference in recruiting, but that's not the difference we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Robert Lyons here over here at RGT today, along with Pat.
Nice.
I trained myself. Yeah. He's off the front, doing 4.3, but he's
Of course. And he's like, "Hey guys, let's go. Come on."
Yeah.
It's an interesting discussion, though.
Yep.
Yeah. I think every profession is different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
you're right.
I find out. Like I've
It's
never
probably-
hired an associate based on where they went. You know? I haven't even looked at resumes. It's usually someone telling me like, "Hey, this person's looking for work." I have them come in and say, "Hey, you sound great. You fit. Let's do it." Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly, it's
Jason's.
the same when my husband hires in his dental office. You know, and in dentistry, you get some people who go out and get, like for hygiene school, there are these private schools that are just charging
Yeah.
a
Ridiculous.
huge
Enormous.
amount.
Yeah.
And they make all these claims. The dentist doesn't care where they went.
Right.
So you
As
can
long
get a
as they
girl that
have
comes
their
out,
license, who cares?
right. And
Yeah.
again, it comes down to, I mean, skill is important, but personality, how they interact with patients.
Oh yeah.
So
is-
Jason made the comment of talking to people who graduated from the universities, or maybe one step further is trying to just connect with somebody who does that job. Like, okay, he wants.
Yeah.
What job does he think he wants out of this? And go try to talk to some real people who have those jobs, and just say, "Hey, can I take you to lunch? Pick your brain, ask you questions. What should I expect to make?" I mean, just like these kind of, like, what do you need, or what kind of places hire people with your skills? All those kind of questions.
Yeah, I think he's done a good job asking questions, and he literally has to decide by this Thursday.
Okay.
And I think he's done a good job. But I think, like Patty said, they're both good schools, and there's not a clear choice. And so,
We're gonna put this up to a poll, and whatever the Twitch viewers decide will be the final word.
Where he goes to school. Yeah.
Yep.
And if anything goes wrong, we just blame Patty. Just from what I'm hearing.
maybe
Exactly.
Justin. He's probably Justin's easier to blame.
Hold on, hold the butts.
Hold on.
Not so fast.
We talked to this guy. He knows a lot. And he said that this would work, and this is what happened.
I think Patty was very careful to not necessarily state an opinion.
Yeah.
So we'll blame Justin.
Yeah.
He's easier to blame.
I didn't give any opinions on the schools. I gave
She was
opinions on
talking
the
about
thought
nothing.
process.
Not going into
But we'll
depth.
probably still blame.
Philip says, "What are the mascots? Let's
Oh,
settle
what are the
this here and now."
There you go. What's Georgetown Bulldogs? Or
But
something?
Tiffany, just to add on this,
Yeah.
like in international development, in my line of work, what matters more is to be able to show in your education that you've done a semester or two overseas as part of an international program,
Yeah.
rather than whether it's Georgetown or American University.
Did he serve a mission,
Okay.
Tiffany?
Yeah.
He did, and he lived in Germany when he was a child.
Bingo. There you
And he lived in Sweden for 2 years on a mission, lived in Germany as a child. He did an internship in Africa, I think.
go. Okay.
So he's been around the world, and he speaks a few languages.
Wow.
So
That'll speak
that's good.
volumes at the interview process for sure.
He
Golden.
speaks.
Yeah.
He speaks. Actually, he served in Finland, so he speaks Finnish.
Which country do they speak volumes in?
I don't
I wanna
know,
go there.
Probably on this.
Apparently,
chart.
Salt Lake City. That's what Sheree says. Everyone from Salt Lake City just speaks volumes on Discords.
Exactly.
Tell him to just flip a coin.
There you go.
Less debt. I vote less debt.
Less dead. Yeah. In the end, less
Yeah.
dead.
But the government's gonna forgive it all, guys. Oh boy.
Shut up.
I
You know what
think
you guys
on
said
the,
about that.
on the west, in the west here, we don't hear American University, and we hear Georgetown. Everyone knows Georgetown, but I think in the East, American is more recognizable.
Yeah.
Some of those programs.
But from that perspective, it's not what the general whether or not the general public knows your school name. The school certainly
sure.
wants their general public to know their name because that's how they get people to attend.
Yep.
That's why they do sports.
For sure.
But from your perspective, you just want to know, this is going to get me the employment I want. Sounds like he's got most of what he needs.
Yeah,
and I think
my sister-in-law got her nurse practitioner degree at Georgetown, and it was very expensive, and she didn't feel like the Georgetown name was worth the price. I mean, I think she thought her education was good, but it could have been good other places for less.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that from the medical side.
look at that. Just like that, we are almost done with the ride.
Just in time, Justin. You could late join any time on RGT if you wanted.
Goodness.
Just saying.
Just saying. But I don't have a degree from Georgetown, and I heard RGT doesn't accept you unless you do.
Yeah, they don't.
Unless you have an extra $50,000 in debt.
Yeah. That's specifically what they're checking. They do a credit report.
They want a high debt to income ratio. Yeah. That is one thing I've seen a lot of optometry students over the years just really hurting after school because of how much debt they incurred, you know?
Yeah.
But none of us care. None of us care. Probably dental world too. For Don, he would hire a dentist from any of the schools because they're all accredited and they're all going to do what he needs, right?
Yeah, I mean, he basically hires hygienists and assistants is really what we mostly hire. Adding an associate would be, an associate dentist would be a lot bigger deal.
Sure.
And he might care where he went to school because the education can vary. Like when my husband was in dental school, he did all of his own lab work. Like if he was going to seat a crown in someone's mouth the next day, he was at the lab at school making the crown that night.
Nice.
Literally making a porcelain crown in the ovens. So these days he has a machine that mills crowns in office. That's pretty awesome technology. But there were people he knew graduating at his, similar time that he graduated, who did like 2 crowns during their schoolwork. And it was shocking the difference in practical experience, lab work and practical experience. But that might be different now. He's been practicing for, 19 years now?
Sure.
So it's been a while.
But from his perspective, if he was going to hire an associate dentist, the guy's demeanor and personality would also make a big impact because he's basically a business partner.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of the finer things can be taught, like Don's, desire for it to be high quality. He'd probably have to know the guy had an eye for good quality work because there's a lot of people just slapping junk in people's mouths. But a lot of it is personality. But if it was a business partner, you'd have to be able to trust someone, and that's. I was told in entrepreneurship classes, a business partnership is basically a marriage, and people get a little crazy when there's money on the table. Even people you think you know, you might think and trust them, and they can get a little weird when there's money involved. So, as far as a business partner, there's a lot to consider.
So many things can go wrong. Saying I've heard is, the only ship that doesn't sail is a partnership. I mean, if it
words
was
to live by or a dad joke?
no, I think it comes from it's advice given when people are considering like 50-50 splits in business. Like, oh, that's or like somebody, hey, me and my college buddy are just graduating. We want to start a partnership business together. 50-50, and like, probably not a good idea.
We've seen other dentists do some creative arrangements where they may share a building and the actual ownership of the building is a partnership where they share like a break room and a lab,
Okay.
but their actual practices are independent.
Sure.
So it's not a bad idea.
It seems pretty good.
It's just hard when your practice grows to the point that you kind of need another dentist a couple of days. But how do you hire someone part-time? That's kind of where we are. And then who do you trust? Who does good enough work to be under your name? It's tricky.
Well, we have kind of a similar situation at our physio clinic. I used to kind of think that way, but you almost have to kind of give up that sort of control, if you will, and just let the other dentists like run their own practice. And if they, if they leave and do their own thing afterwards, and you're like, well, I kind of got you started, you kind of feel that way a bit, but there's nothing you can do about it. You just, in the meantime, you just let them do their thing, and that way you don't have to carry the stress of it, right? Like,
yeah.
They're a professional. You're hiring them to be a professional and do their job. You have to give them some autonomy.
Autonomy, for sure.
Yeah, I guess the trick is how to structure. Do you structure them as a hire? Or, can they be their own business and work with you?
Hopefully not, because that's kind of what we ran into. Like, when you almost have to just, what we do now is we just have our other people who we share space with, they just pay rent. And so, like, you're not at all liable. They're not an employee or a contractor to you and your business. They just pay rent for the space. So it's not even like, it doesn't even matter, if they're a dentist, really. I mean, obviously you have all the equipment and stuff, but like it wouldn't even matter. It could be a psychologist, right? Like, they just pay rental space in your building, and that might be the way to do it, right? If you're
I mean, it's ideal. Harder in practicality if you're sharing patients, but
is the objective just higher earnings or more care to more people? Like, or both, obviously. Like,
well,
maybe that would drive your decision one way or the other.
Well, you see, the thing with rent is it takes the onus off of you, because you don't have to worry about the growth of their practice.
Sure.
That's all on their behalf. There is the risk, though, like when they leave, which eventually they will, right? Some will stay longer. Others will go, thank you.
Yeah.
After 5 years and I have my practice. Right, and go do their own thing.
It's hard to envision somebody who would stay there for their lifetime working under you as a dentist.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah, unless you give them a golden opportunity, right? Like, some people,
a buyout or whatever.
Well, if your rental, if you charge them a rental fee is like way less than what they can do for their own overhead, they may stay forever, right? Like, they may not. They might say, hey, you know what? I don't want to invest my own capital in doing my own thing and take that risk on. When I can pay a few $1,000s less and just stay here and I'm working the same, it doesn't really, like, You never know. You kind of have to make it attractive, so you might lose a little bit of profitability. If you can take the onus and the burden off of like you, man, that's like that freed up me. Like it was night and day. I didn't have to worry about keeping employees satisfied and making sure there was enough cookies in the cookie jar.
Hey, I gotta take off, guys. I'm gonna sign off on the live stream here real quick. Jif Sang says, "Hey, I'm new to Zwift, and I'm here for business and dental advice." Winky face.
Yeah, I was thinking this is a different combo.
Hey,
good stuff,
whatever.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you can continue.
then,
I just gotta. Jason, are you gonna be streaming? Should I raid somebody, or are you?
Yeah, I'm ready. No, I'm ready. I can go on in 5 minutes.
Okay. Alrighty. Quick line change here. Jason will be right back up, and you can continue getting all the business and dental advice you need from TeamODZ, your trusted dental business partner. Alrighty, folks. I'm out.
If you get on Discord and open your mouth.